Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. By now, you guys have seen this story that's been circulating ever since yesterday when this happened out there in a place called Ft.Pierce, Florida. Shout out Fort Pierce, in which a guy of Indian descent, and they're saying he's a Indian national or an illegal migrant. That's the new term nowadays. By the name of Harginder Singh, 28 years old, truck driver for a company. And Jesus Christ, this guy, if you haven't heard this story, this is crazy. Now, we all have to obey traffic laws, but this guy felt as though it was necessary for him to take a fully loaded 18-wheeler and try to do a U-turn on a highway. In him doing this, a minivan comes speeding up and gets caught right up under the trailer. Excuse me. And takes the lives of 3 people. Take a look at this. Now, a lot of people are making a big thing of this guy being from out of the country and stuff, but I look at this a little bit different, and I want you guys to take a look at what I'm gonna say after this is over. You might be surprised.
Another alleged deadly crime now highlighting President Trump's immigration crackdown. Watch this horrifying video. It's from Florida last week, and it shows a minivan slamming into a semi-truck. Look at that. It's gone. Driving that truck, an illegal immigrant accused of trying a reckless U-turn across 3 lanes on a highway. Who does that? That crash killed 3 people inside that minivan. A senior ICE source says U.S. Marshals arrested that illegal immigrant in California over the weekend. He will be extradited to Florida to face 3 counts of vehicular homicide. Here's Florida's Attorney General.
Yeah, it's a horrific situation. California should not have provided this person the driver's license and a permit, not just for a car, but to drive large-scale trucks. To then drive into Florida, engage in this dangerous behavior and take the lives of 3 others is really a tragedy, but it shows how dangerous the open border policies under Obama and Biden have been that have continued to wreak havoc on communities across the country.
Our senior correspondent, Jonathan Siri, has more on this story. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Aisha. Authorities have identified the truck driver as 28-year-old Harginder Singh, and they say he was an Indian national. He faces 3 counts of vehicular homicide stemming from that fatal crash on Florida's Turnpike. It happened on Tuesday. Florida authorities say the 28-year-old trucker was making an illegal U-turn, crossing the median using an area that was designated for official use only. You can see a minivan behind him slamming into the trailer, crushed underneath, fatally injuring 3 Florida residents who were riding inside. 2 died at the scene, a 3rd died at the hospital. State troopers issued an ICE detainer for the truck driver after learning he was an illegal migrant. Federal authorities say Singh, an Indian national, entered the U.S. illegally through the Mexico border in September of 2018. He was arrested 2 days later, but claimed he was afraid to go back to his home country, and so he was released on a $5,000 immigration bond. The White House's rapid response social media account reposted a video of the accident with a statement criticizing the state of California for granting Singh a commercial driver's license. The California governor's press office quickly responded that Singh entered the U.S. during President Trump's first term and before Gavin Newsom took office. But the Department of Homeland Security is pushing back, saying in a statement to Fox News, 3 innocent people were killed in Florida because Gavin Newsom's California DMV issued an illegal alien a commercial driver's license. This state of governance is asinine. Singh is currently being held in San Joaquin County, California. He's expected to be extradited to the state of Florida sometime later this week, and Florida officials say that he will have to serve any time for a vehicular homicide conviction in that state before he is deported from the country. Aisha?
Okay, Jonathan Siri live for us. Jonathan, thank you.
Certainly.
That was one of the stupidest things somebody could do with a tractor trailer, being behind the wheel of one. Now I'm gonna say something real fast. We're gonna take out the migrant stuff, the illegal migrant. We're gonna take all of that out. We're gonna take out migrant and where he was from, right? And whether he was supposed to be in the country illegally or not. And I want to focus on two things. First thing is, this guy's he has a commercial driver's license, a CDL. You go through training. He was employed by a company, so he knew what to do and what not to do. But he did what he did. And on top of that, that minivan was in the fast lane. And you notice it didn't hit the brakes. It was flying. We're going wherever it was going to go, right? This guy had to stop that truck, slow it down to almost a crawl, to whip that truck around on the highway. When he whipped it around, if you look at his head, he wasn't even looking, and that car was coming so fast, he just went out there. The car never hit the brakes or nothing. Wham, right into the truck. And if you looked at it, that truck must have been fully loaded, because a car speeding 60, 70 miles an hour, a minivan at that, hit it, killing everybody instantly inside, and the truck hardly moved. You seen that? He just looked like. And then he made that smirk. Did you see that smirk? That's the second thing. He made the smirk like, oh, these people are stupid. Or like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, as if it was their fault. That's the thing. The lack of accountability and the fact that people died from a dumbass decision you made, knowing your training told you you're not supposed to do that type of shit. You run that truck, you know that truck's capabilities to accelerate and decelerate. And you know damn well you don't go and you turn on the middle of a freeway to go backwards, and you can't turn back in that part because all the traffic's going that way. You would have to go over and then back in. Just doing that, you would have been stuck there for hours trying to get that thing out of that grass. That's a stupid move. It is. Now, they arguing, saying this guy was a Indian national. People saying, oh, this happened under Biden or Obama. It don't matter when the fuck it happened. In fact, I think that right there, that's part of, you know, the thing with migrants, to keep the migrant thing. Oh, he was a migrant, Listen, let me say something. A lot of times in the media, and a lot of times just period, with the sentiment of how people are easily persuaded, you attach the word bad with migrant. Not everybody that's a migrant is bad. I'm going to be honest with you. There are people that come over here for the right reasons and are allowed to come into the country. This guy was allowed to come to the country after they said he had gotten in trouble. They gave him a bond, bullshitted him, and let him come in anyway. He was allowed to go and get a job. He was allowed to go and get a CDL under the current guidelines and laws that are out here. So who do you blame? Him for taking advantage of what's afforded to him, whether his ass was irresponsible or not, or those that make it possible for this type of shit to happen? That's something we really need to look at within ourselves when we blame people for shit. Them people should still be here. And I'm more than sure this motherfucker knew the laws, but felt as though he was going to do what he's going to do, and whatever happened to him should happen to him. But that's fucked up, man. This go to show you, when you behind the wheel, whether it's a big ass truck or just a small car, you can only be responsible for yourselves and hope and have faith that the people riding around you are just as responsible and observant of you like you are observant of them. Fast as that car was coming, if you go back and look at when he flipped that thing, he didn't see that car, or he didn't even look. He just went out there because that car would not have time to respond to, even if it hit the brakes, they would have still died. Because when he was driving and you seen it go through the mirror, that car was already up on him. And that's the part that's stupid. You know, he should get everything that's coming to him for his laziness, number one, and stupidness. I want you to think about it. Why don't you just take an off ramp? Them trucks ain't made to turn fast and make U-turns like cars. He know better than that. That's all I got to say about the shit. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. no matter where he's from. Over here, he got training and he was told the rules. And just like a lot of people that's from here that don't follow fucking directions, he should get what's coming to him. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. May these people rest in peace. That's fucked up.